everyone, this is Direwolf20, and welcome to episode 66 of Direwolf20's Let's Play series, where today my tree farm is working beautifully. Look at that. How cool is that? It's working really well. Last episode, we spent some time building a nice old tree farm, which worked out really well, I feel like. Thus far, we've had, a good time taking care of the thing. I've just been kind of babysitting a little bit, and nothing's broken. Everything's running perfectly. It's doing a really nice job. Several people commented I could have like a stationary platform that spins. There's other ways to do this, obviously, with Create. Because I hadn't used the Create cart mechanic yet in this Let's Play series, I decided that's the direction I wanted to go. But yeah, no, there's absolutely a bunch of different ways to do that, and that's what's awesome about Create, right? There's 1,000 different ways to build the same kind of mechanic. That's the cool thing. That's what's awesome. That's what makes Create. So today's episode, what I'm thinking I want to do, now we've got fissile fuel coming in over here. We should also have a nice stock of, yes, sulfuric acid is starting to back stuff. So we've got sulfur trioxide going on. We got sulfur dioxide happening. So all the wood from the tree farm is turning into my sulfuric acid because sulfur from charcoal from wood is working beautifully. And yeah, everything's good. Are we out of uranium? Yellow cake uranium? That could be a thing, really? I guess so. I guess we are. I'm not going to worry too much about that at the exact moment that this episode is being made, but it's something I'm going to have to address at some point soon. I'm going to have to test a few things, because I've got a couple ideas on how I want to do some faster and more shenaniganry ore generation. I'd like to avoid using the mechanism quarry mechanic as much as I can, because while that's a very simple place down block and get lots of ores, I'd like to do something more fun. Something a little bit more interesting. So we're going to see what kind of other ways we can generate lots of ores. Obviously, I've got my mining machine, yet I still haven't found a good way for keeping that thing chunk loaded, so that's not great. The basic gist is that even things like, flux networks that everybody commented on doesn't work. So let's take a look at this. What I want to work on today, two things. First off, we've got a healthy amount of polonium pellets, which are not radioactive, by the way, so you can totally hold on to them without a problem. Now, if I want to make my Mekasuit from Mechanism, right, we're mostly going to need polonium pellets and HDPE sheets, which is cool, right? That is cool. Yeah, I did do the more expensive recipe of them, but to be fair, we have so much of that stuff. Meh, who cares? So we totally want to do that. So none of this looks too terrible to make. I think we can probably make the thing right now and start playing with the Mekasuit and some of the upgrades for it. And then shortly thereafter, what I'd like to do is get my spent nuclear waste, right? And what I'm thinking we should do is, that's the wrong one I want, nuclear waste. Not spent nuclear waste, nuclear waste. That one, I want to get ready to make plutonium from it. So one idea that I have is just to flip this guy into redstone, either inverted or normal mode, right? So if I put it on normal mode, I assume that means he needs a redstone signal in order to run. So let's try that out. So if I activate you, you're going to fill up with nuclear waste and not process it. And I mean, not that it would be processing it anyway, because it's nighttime, so there's that. Hey. Excuse me, gentlemen. No. Rude. All kinds of rude. But still, no processing of nuclear waste. And then over here, this guy's, Oh, the pipe's filling up. That's what's happening. The pipes are filling up. So yeah, that makes sense. I'm like, why isn't that filling up? He should be, oh right, the pipes have a massive internal buffer, right? So I can flip the lever, it activates this thing, he starts producing that, and this guy's running, getting lots of polonium, and everybody's groovy, right? So that's one way to do it. So we could have like a lever control system that will toggle between polonium and plutonium. That's what I'm thinking. That sound like a plan? I think so. And because we're going to always want to process one, we should have the other machine set to inverted mode. So it's like, on, off, and something's always processing our waste. Because we don't want to ever let waste build up. Otherwise, we'll have explodey problems. But first, let's work on the Mekasuit and see what kind of cool shenanigans we can have with that. Alright, so quickly adding all the induction smelter stuff to the crafting system here. But let's get going with mechanism quantum suit. Awesome stuff. Mekasuit helmet. Cool. So we're going to need netherite. Oh, right. So you need... How do you make netherite again? You need the smithing table and some netherite ingots. So let's get a smithing table, because I've yet to do one of those. Some netherite ingots, right? So I should be able to craft 4 of those bad boys. Bada bing, bada boom. Not a problem, because we've got lots of ancient stuff. That looks cool. And then diamond armor set, because I'm assuming that, considering you need a netherite helmet for the helmet, I'm assuming it's that same thing down the line, right? It's kind of how it's going to go. Sweet. And you can go into my miscellaneous whatever's room. So, boom. Hooray! Hooray! Cover me in debris. Nice. Alright. So now back to the mechanism suit. Alright, let me just boop all these guys onto my to-do list over here. So what else is necessary here? So you're missing lithium dust. Lithium dust, that's right, because I think we're going to need lithium dust to make our basic things. So we need lithium, so this might be what we're doing today, in a chemical crystallizer, right? Yeah, actually, let's do you chemical crystallizer lithium, and this is just the solar doohickey, right? So yeah, so that's lithium turns into that. So we're going to want liquid lithium in a decondensator, not flowing, liquid. And liquid lithium comes from the thermal evaporation plant, right? Which is brine. And so we're going to need 2 of these, right? Another thermal evaporation plant to turn water into brine, right? Yep. So we're going to set up thermal evaporation plants today. Haha, that's what we're doing today. Just found that out. Was not aware. So I have to remember how these work, because I mostly remember how these work, but I a little bit don't remember how these work. I mostly remember, though, right? So they shouldn't be too bad. I think we need, you know, one of these. Let me do this up here, right? I think that would be a smart move, right? So you here, and I need this anyway because we're going to be doing something further with this. We're going to wind up wanting an induction. That's why I made all these patterns, because A, you need one of these, right, just to get the Mekasuit, but the rest you obviously don't need for the Mekasuit. So they're there because I do have plans to build a giant, massive storage of RF that we can fill up with our turbines once we really start things going. But that's a future thing. For now, what we're going to do is get a couple thermal dudes. So let's get 2 controllers, right? We're going to want 4 valves. And I have no idea how much evaporation blocks we're going to want, so let's just start with a stack, because they ain't so expensive. We can manage that. Back when it's done crafting. Alright guys, I think we've reached the point in the series where we can have a sub-basement, right? Yeah, why not? So, sub-basement get. This feels like a good place, because these are kind of large-ish multi-blocks. So I figured, you know, let's stick them somewhere down in here. That will be a little bit out of the way. And that might be cool, right? So now I think it's just something like this. So what I'm going to have is a thermal evaporation valve here. And then we can have the controller. Didn't I make a controller? I did. I just didn't grab them with me. Okay, there we go. Boom. Okay. And that's it. Done. Done, done, done. However, not totally done. So what I'm going to do now is throw 2 more valves right here, and now you're done, right? So that's pretty good, right? So we can see the internal temperature here. Basically what this does is turn water into brine given heat. So there's 2 ways to generate heat on the thermal evaporation dude. You can either use solar panels, which makes it basically free, or you can use the resistive heaters, which works just a little bit better. So let's get a tank. Let's get a ender tank. Let's get a blue ender tank, because remember an episode or 2 back, did I tell you guys I did this? I may not have told you that I did this. But if we get some blue dye, and we do this, and this, Water. Haha! Did I tell you I did this? Did I mention this? Did I mention dropping this dude back here? With all this stuff? Well, now you know. Now you know I did that. Because I did that for my water at my polonium maker dude. Cool. So then we want a pipe. Boop. And we're gonna want you back out here. Yeah, you can go out. So that's water going in. Water fills up here. Not too shabby. And that guy will fill back up with water eventually, I assume. And if he's not pumping fast enough to keep water satisfied, we'll do something about that deal. So we're slowly getting brine, as you can see. But I'm going to go ahead and get a flux point or two. And we're going to drop a resistive heater on the thermal evaporation dude. Cool. Now he's doing his thing. Now, are you getting heat? Yeah, see, heat's going up. Nice. And this is your production, how much you're making, right? Now, heat's going to slowly dissipate in a moment here because we're going to run out of power. Now, the neat thing about these resistive heaters, and we've used them before, so these aren't too new, but you get to specify the RF per tick, and the amount of RF per tick you put in here determines the amount of heat you're going to generate, right? So this guy's cooking up a bunch of heat now. You can see our MB per tick really spiking on this thermal evaporation plant. Cool. Now you back here, Mr. What's making water? I have you hooked up to a water condensator? What? I'm not using a pump? What? Bananas. Bananas. Do I have a pump? I do have a pump. You're probably faster. Are you upgraded with speed or anything? No, but I could get you some upgrades. That's what I should hook you up to. Cool. 8 and energy. 8. Yeah, this is where I should put this thing, right? So you, and I'm gonna move you over to here. Cool. And that's definitely working because this pipe is filling up. Nice. So now that we've got all the brine cooking here, we're gonna do the exact same thing. Okay. And you're gonna go like this with 2 valves here, bada bing, bada boom, and 1 here, and then our controller here, just to match that dude a little bit. So we're gonna need a few more thermal dudes. You know, let's get like 20 or 30 more, because I might want them to be a little bit higher. I don't know that it matters too much. We're not looking to make a ton of lithium at this point. But if I bump this up a little bit more, I think it would just have larger amounts of storage. Boom, formed. Red particle effects equals good. Now, I'm not 100% sure if brine's a fluid or a liquid, but I want to say fluid. Or, I mean, fluid or gas. Yes, fluid. Cool. So there you go. Brine from here. Nice. So you're making, you know, 100-ish millibuckets per tick based on your height and size. Not bad. Not bad. And we could always pump up the heat more if we needed to. And then we're going to do the same thing here. Resistive heater. And little temperature-y thing. And 200-ish. And then you're going to turn your brine into liquid lithium. Awesome. Okay, rotary condensator time. So I don't think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think liquid lithium is used for much else. Yeah, it literally only turns into lithium. So there's no reason to store it as a fluid. So what I'm going to do is just straight up... Can I do that? No, you don't want to have that power there. Okay, cool. Good to know. Ultimate universal cable. I mean, I could probably stick it here and he would be happy, but I need this to be this. Cool. All right, so rotary condensator. You are going to... Okay. Be fluids input on top. Cool. And now we have to toggle operation so that you can do liquid lithium into lithium. Sweet. Now we might need some upgrades here. We just might. So I'm going to make them in bulk. I'm just going to get 32 of each. It's enough for 4 machines. All right, so now you've got your lithium from liquid lithium going. And then we need a chemical crystallizer, right, to make lithium itself. Now, regular lithium can turn into tritium. So there is a use for that, which I think is used in fusion, right? So that may come into play later. Maybe we'll use that later. So because we may use that later, let's get a gas pipe in between these two. And then the plan will be, what I'll do is, let's see, gases will output eject on. So if I do that, you should start filling up with gas. Cool. The reason I'm just going to separate this out right here so that I can eventually tap into this for the purposes of sending it somewhere for a solar neutron collector to make tritium. Cool. So then the last thing we need is a chemical crystallizer. Start. And you'll cook that bad boy up. So the chemical crystallizer will go here. Let's get a drawer to get this stuff. And let's also get an external storage for this doohickey. And that should be cool. And maybe a key wouldn't be a bad idea. Now, is our chemical crystallizer done yet? It is. Beautiful. Cool. So you're making your lithium. You need just a little bit of juice. Bump, bump. Oh, wrong thing. Meh. They all look the same. Boop, boop. Did I just void a little bit of lithium? Yes. Is lithium made from water? Yes. Am I going to lose sleep over it? No. Okay. And then let's throw a drawer on top of you. And we will config items to output on top with eject on. And boom, lithium into the drawer. Nice. Locked and loaded. Then we want our external storage and probably a handful of cables. We might need more. And we should be really close to our refined storage cabling system here that we can tap into. How cool is that? Not too shabby. And now, if we check, we should have lithium available. Booyah. Pretty cool. All right. We're going to want you two and you two. Cool. Now, if we look at lithium, we have a lot happening. Sweet. Lithium production is a go. Nice. And that's mostly used for induction stuff. And that's about it. Yep, basically just used for the induction machines, which is fine, Cool, so you're cooking along nicely. You are burning through our lithium like nobody's business. If we wanted this to happen faster, we could totally ramp these guys up. But I don't think we need that much lithium. Like, for now, we need, like, 16 lithium, I want to say, or maybe 32. And we're well beyond that point already. So there's no point in rushing this. But if we were desperate for lots more lithium, we could obviously crank up the heat on these resistive heaters and get that going a lot quicker. Cool. All right. So you're good now, which means we might be good to make the Mekasuit. Booyah. That looks pretty exciting. So we may or may not have enough components of things, right? I think we might need, like, you know, a few more of these. Shouldn't be too big of a deal. I could go the cheaper HDPE sheet recipe, but meh, whatever. Okay. Are we almost there? Yeah, we're just waiting on HDPE things. Says the guy who did not want to make things faster and cheaper 5 seconds ago. What is taking you so long, HDPE sheets? Are you that slow? You have no upgrades in you. You are that slow. Now we're cooking. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, we have like infinite of this stuff, right? So, yeah, I could go the cheaper recipe. Is it all that necessary? is what I say to that. Import faster. Really? I thought that would speed that up. I really did. Importer stack upgrade. Boom. That's better. That's better. Now, I never did solve this oxygen problem, did I? It's gonna be a problem. I'm just gonna wait. There's gonna be a future episode where I'm like, why isn't this crafting? Oh right, oxygen. Oh right, oxygen. Silly Dyer. All right, Mekasuit boots. Boom, and they're gonna start filling up. Mekasuit pants. Close. We're gonna need more ultimate control circuits. Looks like 3 more of you, please. Unless they're in process and we are out of diamondy things, we are. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, we're so low on diamonds. I really need to do the thing. I really need to do the whole make infinite resources thing happen. Actually, it's not so much you. It's, yeah. It's the refined obsidian bits. Give me like 20 of them. That shouldn't be too bad. I mean, we needed those diamonds anyway to make all that refined obsidian, so... But still, I need to deal with diamonds at some point. It's just something we don't have a lot of at the moment, and that's going to be a problem. There we go. Beautiful. All right. So that gives pants a chance. That'll give Mekasuit armor a chance. Induction cells are what we need for these bits. Yeah, I'm assuming when I did the control click, it had finished making a cell by then. It was basically what probably happened. So it didn't make it because it thought it had one. Sweet. Look at it go. Look at it filling up. And I've got plenty of power. All right. So let's take all this stuff off. Okay, what was that? Why do I have... Okay, yeah, desync. Fun times. Mekasuit. Dun 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 dun. Look at the power bar on the bottom. Look at the things on the top. How cool is that? I love the Mekasuit. It is so cool. It is so cool. Now, my flight's obviously coming from my Angel Ring because we haven't upgraded the Mekasuit at all. So there's like a modification station, right? Something modification station for mechanism? Yes. Yes, there is. Boom. And this is your modifier of Mekasuits. You need power? I guess you do. I guess you do. I'm going to pop you right over here. And I can tap into Ultimate Universal Cable. Boop. You might need to go here. Okay, no, you need to go here. Today I learned. So now you got the power, you got the Mekasuit, and we can do modules. Sweet. All right. So let's note which modules we want to make now that we've got all this stuff going. So do we want nutrition injection? That sounds like a good time. Yeah, we definitely want that. Jetpack unit. Applies a hydrogen-fueled jetpack to the Mekasuit. Maybe. Vision enhancement. Brightens the surrounding environment. Allows you to install multiple for more effective night vision. That sounds fun. Solar recharging. Meh, don't really need. Amplifies melee attacks on players or mobs. I mean... Does that, like, amplify, like, given the weapon you're holding? Because that sounds like a good time. Allows the user to both step and jump higher. Yeah, definitely. Locomotive boosting increases the user's sprinting speed and jumping distance. I want them all. Displays the user's current radiation dose in the HUD. Yeah, we don't have to worry about that yet. Excavation escalation unit. Increases digging speed on any block. That does sound cool. Allows you to breathe underwater. This is a... So anything in purple, notice the color of the upgrade, right? So blue requires polonium. Yellow is pretty simple. And purple requires antimatter. Cool. So the coloring of the item name gives away how hard it is to make. So that's going to be basically creative mode flight, right? So we're going to hold off on that. Vein mining, that's cool. Farming, sill toiling, log stripping, and soil flattening. Well, that's kind of cool. Left shift for supporting items. The mecha tool that goes into. So that's the mecha tool. Is the attack amplification also mecha tool? It is. So I'm going to remove attack amplification here because I haven't made the mecha tool yet, though I may, just to play with it a little bit. I think that's this guy. Yeah. Sweet. Vein mining, farming, teleportation sounds cool, but obviously antimatter related. Evenly distributes charge through all worn mecha. Nah, not worried about that. Increases maximum energy capacity. Meh, don't think I need to do that. Silk touch, no. Radiation shielding, maybe not a bad idea. Magnetic attraction unit. Oh, that's cool. And inhalation purification allows a prevent selected potion effects types. Oh, that's cool. That's neat. So let's go with these 4 for now, and we will probably want more in a bit. But basically, run faster, jump higher, night vision, and auto feeding. All sound like a good time. Yeah, let's do it up. Do it up. Right. So we only need 1 of you. Okay, so we're going to need a module base, which I feel like might not be a bad thing to teach to this guy so that he knows how to make them. What do you need? Bronze nuggets. Bronze nuggets. Okay, today I learned. Cool. I don't know if we've had bronze nuggets before, but we do now. Okay. And then for this one, we need a canteen, which is easy enough. And there's your nutritional injection unit. So to install this guy, he goes into the Mekasuit helmet. So I think what we do is, do we just put it in here, and then we put this guy here? No, that's my offhand. There is a thing to this, I'm sure. Mekasuit helmet. There's a method to this, I'm quite sure. Oh, hello, something happened. Oh, there we go. Aha! Figured it out. We are smart. When in doubt, just shift click randomly, and things will magically happen. Yes, so there you go. So what you're modifying goes into this slot. Got it. Got it. Kind of makes sense now that you think about it. So nutritional injection unit. That's cool. I got to figure out where that stuff is stored. I definitely want to look into that like nutritional paste stuff. We're going to need to figure that out. Stored nutritional paste. Like, we're going to have to look into... I mean, it looks doable-ish. Yeah, we could totally automate something with this, right? Yeah, I have an idea on this. That might be cool. We'll circle back to it. Let's do real quick hydraulic propulsion units. Or locomotive boosting. Yeah, let's do that one. Let's do locomotive boosting. Alright, so let's do... So that says it stacks up to 4, right? Oh wow, we're out of diamonds. Diamond ore. I think my best bet for diamond ore, believe it or not, is going to be this dude right here. Up here should be the best diamond ore maker that we can get. Diamond ore to diamonds, that is. I think this is 5x, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, every time. Cool, back in a minute. Alright, so let's see how bananas this is. So, reminder, pay attention to the stackable amount there. Let's go ahead and pop over to this dude. We're going to put the legs here, because I'm assuming this goes into your pants, correct? Cool. So that's easy enough. Locomotive boosting unit. Installed 2 out of 4, 3 out of 4, and 4 out of 4. Nice. Okay, cool. Not so fast yet, but there's a thing we have to do. Let's check our controls. Category mechanism. So boost is left control. Module tweaker, that might be something we want. Yeah, let's try that. Yes, there we are. Cool, that's what I was looking for. All right, cool. So we can go into the different modules here. Enabled, true, sprint boost, settings. Cool, cool, cool. All right, so if I start sprinting here, this is our sprint speed with the current boost, right? But if I go in here and bump this guy up a tick, boop. That seem faster? Seems a little bit faster. Let's pump them up all the way and see if we are definitely faster. I would definitely call that faster. That is cool. I like that. Whoosh. And what's nice about that is, you know, it's quick. I like that a lot. And it maintains for my flight, for my angel ring. Cool. Because angel ring, like, something momentum, right? So it actually does a good job of maintaining our speed. So our angel ring flight is pretty good. I like that a lot. Now let's check out... so I might want to... I wish there was a way I could like easily toggle between two settings. Because outside, that's great. Inside, it's a little bit quick. I might knock it down a notch. Just for me, I think that makes sense, right? Yeah, this is good, right? This is good inside. Internally, this is fine. I like this. All right, good deal. That's cool for me. All right, so now let's do the hydraulic propulsion unit, right? So that is going to need some of these free runners. We're going to need 4 of these. So let's get like a bunch of things. Right? And we're probably going to need some energy tablets as well. And then we have to look into what's up with that, like, pasty stuff, right? I thought I asked for a bunch of you. Didn't I ask for, like, a bunch of these? All right, one more set of those. And now we should be cool. So I'm going to want like 8 of these reinforced alloys. We'll just go with 10, why not? Now I haven't been paying attention to my polonium, so I don't know how much more of these we're going to need. And what are these things called? Module base. Give me like 10 of them because they're relatively cheap. I'll tell you burn through these energy tablets quick. I felt like I requested a bunch of them, and it was just like, nope, already used them all. Sorry, Direwolf. Alright, so now let's go install these jump booty dudes. So you're going to go here. You're going to get this. You're going to show me the hydraulic propulsion guys. And that's now going to be added to my config screen, so that should be cool. So if I open this dude up and open up the boots, we can see this. Sweet. Jump, boost, and step assist. Can I get a 2x block step assist? Is that how that works? Would that be like... No. Interesting. How does that work? I'm not quite sure. I mean, to be fair, I'm still wearing my Britannia stuff, so I don't know if that's messing with it at all. Let's put our Sojourner sash away. And this is a good time to note about food, because wow, my food is really low. Did it get low because I'm running so much, or something else? So 2x step assist does not seem to be what I thought it would be. Actually, step assist doesn't seem to be working at all at this point. Huh. Well, now it is. Okay, cool. So that's interesting. So it wasn't working a minute ago. Let's try that again. Oh, dude, that did work. Look at that. I totally step assisted right up there. Ha! A 2-block step assist. That's kind of cool. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. Now let's boost up our jump range, right? Because I remember this being a little bit bananas. Let's see. Yes, that is a jump. That, my friends, is quite the jump height. I remember quite enjoying this from my Forgecraft days when I was playing with this suit for the first time. That is hilarious. So if we have this guy bumped up all the way, we get some serious boost in here. That is a jump. That is bananas right there. I love it. I love it. All right, so you. Let's give your... I'm going to keep the step assist at 2. Why not? We'll see if it becomes a problem for me. And I'm going to keep the jump height around 3. So that's enough to... I mean, that's a pretty good jump. I like that a lot. We'll see if that's too much. If it's too much, I'll shrink it down to 1. But, I mean, you can tell already this is a fun suit to wear. Yeah, see, look, 1X is already pretty good. That is not bad at all. I might stick with 1X. I feel like that's enough. 1X is enough, but knowing we can get up as high as 5X is pretty cool. Nice. Nice. All right, real quick, let's review Nutritional Paste. So we get 100 millibuckets, 250 from bars of chocolate, 200 from a chocolate apple. I'm trying to figure out, ooh, look at that honey apple. Wow, that's neat. From Cyclic. That gets me a lot. What's a honey apple? Well, that's not bad. Man, look at all that food. That is not bad at all. If I didn't have to feed myself anymore, that would be cool. My curiosity is, does it fill up my saturation all the way? Or does it just fill up my hunger? Because those are two very important nuances to understand. So we're going to want to investigate that. So something like a baked potato gives me 250, where, you know, raw beef gives me 150. Okay. Steak gives me 400. That's kind of cool. Huh. Let's look at this real quick. I'm not going to automate this episode, but I'm going to cook up some steak and we'll see what happens. See, now 2x step assist is bothering me. I was not prepared for that to happen, and suddenly I realized that 2x step assist is not something my brain is ready for. And my brain is not at all prepared for a 2x step assist. All right, so if I get my steak, right, and we mush you through a nutritional liquefier, that looks really quite easy to make. Okay, my question is, how do I put the Mekasuit helmet in there? Like, how do I fill up what I need to fill up? Universal cable, which, by the way, I could probably use some more of. So if I do this, like, how do I... That is a loud machine. Whew, that is a machine. Nutritional paste, yeah, so how do I do something with something? How do I fill that up, the nutritional paste guy? Oh, there's your answer. Stored nutritional paste. Okay, cool. I like that. Sweet. So now that fills up. If I equip this, so here's my hunger bar on the bottom, right? I'm just gonna make sure that I burn through a bunch of hunger, right? I feel like, you know, this will probably do. I assume that the sprinting around like a madman equals some serious business hunger use. As you can see, look at my hunger going down. Very nice. Now if I equip this helmet, whoop, oh, I like that. I like everything about that. I really do. Let's just validate now that you're gonna, how do you work? Like, at what point do you refill my saturation? Right? So it did fill up my saturation all the way, which is nice. Now what happens, like, when my saturation's empty, will it fill it all the way up, or will it just keep it? Not what I like. Not what I really wanted those gold ham hocks all the way across. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. I wonder if there's like a config option on this to do that. Enabled show and HUD. Yeah, so on the bottom right, show and HUD is happening. See it down there? It's very dim. But it's at 1%. Right? And I'm assuming at some point I'll run out of nutritional paste. I like it. I like the auto. I like not having to eat anymore. That's a good time, right? Goodbye potatoes. Do not miss you. You know, and the Mekasuit can totally do the thing. Right? What percentage are we at now, by the way? 6%. Wow, you store a lot of nutritional paste. That is a very big canister of nutritional paste. But my concern is that it doesn't totally saturation me up, which I would love to see. What's options here? Oh, HUD overlay. Look at that. How cool. Opacity, compass. Oh, I can turn the compass off? That's cool. Yeah, because I don't think I need the compass. But I like that. See in the top left, the opacity and whatnot? I can change that. That's cool. Default warning danger. Sweet. I can see up in the top left. So cool. I love it. You know, what do you want from me? I geek out about stuff like this. So that's cool. So we don't have to eat no mores. I wish the saturation would go up a little bit. I guess a big question would be like, what happens when I take damage? And also, how protective of damage is this? Right? Hey, Enderman. I'm feeling like I'm pretty invincible. I'm feeling pretty invincible at the moment. Look at my energy dropping. I think it damages the energy before it does anything to my health. I am pretty OP right now. That is a good time right there. You get disconnected for some reason that I've yet to figure out. For some reason, this thing constantly disconnects itself, and I don't know what's going on. Goodbye, bad guys. Whee! Alright, so I'm going to call that wrapping up point. I don't have to eat no mores, and I'm basically invincible. So, there's that, right? I think next episode what I'm going to do is we'll come back, we'll start looking at enabling this for polonium production, and I think that would be cool. And then we can start looking at making antimatter, right? So we're going to need to get the, is it SMA, something antimatter maker, right? The supercritical phase shifter, this guy. That's what's up, right? So that is polonium turns into antimatter. However, to make this supercritical SPS thing, it's a multi-block with SPS casings and ports. And it needs both polonium and plutonium, right? So we're going to want to be cognizant of that. So we're going to turn you on. You're going to do your thing. You're going to do your thing. What speed am I currently at? It feels too fast. Yeah, let's bring it back down to a quarter. Yeah, a quarter speed feels pretty good to me. Okay. So now you'll make a bunch of polonium pellets for me. Everybody's very thrilled about how cool that is. Also, I don't know if I mentioned this, but many episodes back I did this. I'm sure people were starting to wonder. But I totally expanded my radioactive waste area down here. So, like, here's my original barrel. It was at 5%. But now all the waste is evenly distributing across the many barrels. So they're all sitting around 2%. So we have a lot of room left for radioactive waste to fill in. You know, obviously something we're going to want to pay attention to and be good about. But yeah, wrapping up point for the episode. That was my sign off. Hope you enjoyed it. For now, take it easy.